So yesterday we was just looking into a uh, convergent thinking, divergent thinking, and we just saw those videos. So be the change, and how what is the problem statements and all. And just now today, here in this session too, designing the solution and ideation. So we'll be just looking into the topics will be covered be today, ideation exercises and feasibility and desirability and viability. So as in we just we'll look out how might we the problem, how might we eliminate the cars from the face of the planet, if we are trying to eliminate the cars from the face of the planet, use the next 3 minutes to brainstorm those ideas. So before we begin, so let us just quickly recall what brainstorming is. So brainstorming again, it has comes with a lot of ideas quickly with the pace of writing task or projects, etc., with the four rules of brainstorming, which is quality is most important than quantity. Then don't criticize or judge any kind of ideas, encourage creativity, combine and improve ideas during the process, right? And then we'll just then what's opposite thinking? Just thinking the opposite way in order to get the perfect solution. So you can say individually list out three assumptions that you have about the problem you're trying to solve, or about the solutions that you have in your mind. Then again, share your assumptions to add them in the left column of the opposite thinking and template, and individually pick up an assumptions that define one or two opposite sides, radiates in the second column. Then again, individual thinking about these realities, how it affects your problems and or potential solutions to a third column again. Then again, here this opposite thinking, whereas it comes with assumptions, for example, if you say one of your friends or something, he just promised you up to turn up around, turn up to meet you around, promise you to says that I'll be meeting you at a certain time. Then later on, he or she says, probably it might get delayed. Then you assume something that probably he's still sleeping at home, or probably he might be traveling, though when he doesn't receive your call. Okay, then later what happens, then again you have an alternative or opposite idea. So what if you just think it of, probably you go to his or her place to meet the person. Then again you have an alternative idea, or you just meet up with the third point. For example, you just decided to meet up at some location, and just at that particular time that person doesn't show up. Then you just have an alternative idea. Okay, fine, I'll just go halfway through another point, and that person will come to halfway. So at least we could just meet up, or have some discussions over there, just maybe probably have a cup of coffee over there. You would just have a third alternative idea, and what is the solutions behind that. Then again, you try to solve it, and you just have an assumption. Based on the assumptions, or two opposite realities, you depending on the situations, again you tend to come up with solutions, right? Then what was the easy about this? So about these, what would be easy actually. So what would happen is, if you just think it oppositely, or think it in opposite direction. Then what happens is you get in a clarity format that probably this might happen or that might happen. So you just get into a conclusion that okay, fine, so if this is a situation, I could have done this. So you get so here you just here again it says that did you use convergent thinking or divergent thinking for this activity, and why. So probably you can say here, most of the situations, convergent thinking can't help you. So you just do it divergent thinking. So this helps you in assuming, and again collecting the facts, data, and then again coming to the solution. So it's divergent thinking, right? It's a free flow thinking. So characteristics of ideation. So let's look what this ideation is. So ideation is basically forming a creative creating new ideas, which is adapting, connecting, disrupting, flipping, dreaming and imagining, experimental, recognize patterns, curiosity, right? Again, So what is adapting? Adapting is this, kind of, whatever the situation is, you just adapt the situation. I mean, considering whatever the situation is, either positive or negative, you can consider it, and you just what you can say, you just adapt, accept the situation. Yeah, better words I could say, accept the situation, howsoever it is. Connecting, it says that, like for example, you are in a stage that, you're trying to move from one place to another. As I was just telling the example, if one of your friends is you turn up to you, so you're just trying to connect. I mean, like, you just like, for example, he's coming from a long way distance, and you're in a long way distance again, far away. Then again, you're trying to, see, or meeting in the third point I was telling. So we just connect on two different spaces, or two different uh, places where you can both meet up. And disrupting is, again, here it is, like, for example, if I can say, uh, overturning all the beliefs or assumptions. Okay, I could say this, or the norms, or rethinking about that, conventional approaches. So, if I say, you have to use this particular device for an hour. So, like, what if I just rethinking it? Should I give this device to you to use it for an hour? Will that be helpful for you? Okay, and just flipping is, turn dead ends and deadlocks for the opportunities. What if I say, just like, from point A to point B, you have to move it from, you have to travel by the distance from X. Then again, I just say that, instead of, traveling by bike or auto, you just coming into metro, is the faster route. So I just, I drop out the idea of, coming by the bike, though traffics are less. So the idea was that, the opportunities what was there, I just flip it out to a different state. So that is flipping. Then again, what happened? See, what is dreaming and imagining? Obviously, you might be knowing what's dreaming and imagining. So, dreaming and imagining is being visualizing a picture in your mind and bringing into reality abstract needs and tangential pictures of stories. Then, following the space required for inventing bridges for the reality. Then again, experimental, just try, just like trial and error. So, you be very curious, and, you are just explore the possibilities, outcomes, again, the take risk, be willing to and test out the new types of ideas, again, eager to venture to its so, if I can say, if the situation is, we can if the situation is unknown, then when a thinking as in input gets generated, right? Like let's see what is feasibility, desirability, viability. So desirability is, do you want this? So usually what happens is, you see some product, then again you feel a desire that you should take this product again. Probably you should have this product. That's desirability. For example, if you say you just go on the food street and you see some kind of food, you feel desire to have it, or you just feel the desire to have that food in you just like mouth waters, so you feel to decide that you want that. Yeah, okay, then what is feasibility? Do we do this? So feasibility is like, it's a kind of thing that you should like, looking into a picture where like, can we like, for example, saying an example, you just going passing by the food street and you see some kind of food. So when you like, what's the case is, your wallet doesn't have any kind of single penny. Then feasibility is where you see that cost is pretty much around 20 or 30 rupees. Then again, you see you don't have a single penny in your purse. Then again, you see you understand, you can see that if you can purchase it or not. So in viability is, should we do this? So then after seeing all this, considering all this money in your pocket, then you think it of, should I really go, should I really purchase it, or should I just let it go, right? Then we have three ways of finding solutions can be they are feasibility, desirability, viability. So like, to find a solution, so you just find these three ways, right? Feasibility, desirability, and viability. So again, so what is feasibility? So feasibility is this question makes us looks available resources and decide our solutions can be implemented. So we look at resources and technologies, at the resources and technologies we can get to produce solutions. For example, if someone who has opportunity back to a healthy environment and does not own a sewing machines, this may not be feasible unless you get the money to buy the sewing machines. So feasibility test whether if your innovation strengthens your business. So whereas desirability is, they may ask important questions. Do customers or users want the solutions? Think about how your solution fits to lives of your customers. Or will they use it? Okay, I'm not sure what's happening here, but I'm just now let's look at it in the example. No, yeah. So okay, fine. We'll just see the example. The problem and the solution. So the problem is the school in the Rampur, a small village in Himachal Pradesh, is underfunded, and the benches and the tables of the school is still broke years ago, and the school does not have funds to buy new desks and chairs. I think this lots of internet glitch. Yeah. The solutions, the social entrepreneurship designs the bags for the students to solve the problem. The bags includes a hard cardboard table that can be folded and packed in the school bag. The bag itself is made up of material that makes comfortable cushion for the students to sit on it. So the viability test. So desirability is what all these desirables are. Again, does the solutions fill a need? Yes. Again, does it fit into your users' lives? Again, yes. Does it appeal to them? Maybe. Or these are the desirables. Then again, they will be. Will they actually want it? Maybe. Probably. If they, the tables and schools are actually broken. So what happens is, again, um, the benches are broken. This entrepreneurship team, what they have done is they have designed a cardboard table which can be folded in a bag and carried out with the bag is made up of a cushion so that the students can sit on it as well. So if the desirability is will they want to actually want it, then probably if the students is really interested in the class, then probably they are interested to carry it as well. Then feasibility, do they have the technologies and the skills available to build the manufacturing on this solution? So what happens is, probably there's a technology this is the entrepreneurship people have team has developed these ideas, so they have these technologies in order to produce these kinds of bags. And again, how much time will they take? So 6 months, that is enough time to develop bags before the start of the next year schools. So they have around 6 months of times to create enough of bag, or manufacture enough of bags in order to supply to the students who are going to start by the next year. Okay, and can your team make it happen? Like, if there are plenty of employees, or yes, we can do it. Then viability, does this make economic sense to produce and market your solution? Yeah, see, when the bags, if the schools starts producing these kinds of bags, and probably in this market, every student who's going to school can carry these kinds of bags again with their cardboard table, foldable cardboard table, which can be helpful for the students and both school as well. So in the market sense, the economic sense can also be there are chances. But here in this situations, it is actually no. So it takes around 500 per bag. So it makes a single bag, and the average amount of the family spends on 75 rupees. So probably if these it's not economic way. So if you're spending a lots of money on the bag, then no, it's not economic way. So let's understand, designing the solution prototype. Then here what we learn is, create prototypes, again, not the prototypes, creating actual prototypes, analyze the prototypes, factors to assess the effectiveness of the prototypes, right? Now let us understand what is prototype and what is need for the prototypes. So if the situation is, a small village in India that needs to have a piped water on a tap everywhere, again, people have to carry heavy buckets of water in their heads to walk miles to collect waters for daily use. Since the men in the village work in the fields, the task of fetching water was given to women. Again, the women walked a couple of kilometers to fetch waters. If they were ill or hurt, the entire family would have suffered. So if the situation is, if there is a small village in India, it's a there is and they don't have any pipe connection, or pipe connection tap everywhere. So people who are there in this villages are made to carry the buckets of waters on their head and walk miles to collect waters for the daily users. Then again, since men in the villages are working in the fields and in the tasks, and the task of fetching waters was given to women. Like, what if the women are ill or hurt in the entire family? Then the everyone in the family would have been suffered. So what happens? Like, see, a team or a young entrepreneurs tried to solve this issue. They framed the problem statement, and after 6 months, found the solutions that they were 100% sure with their solutions, and decided to save time and implement their idea. So their financer was getting important, impatient for the result. The pipes lines were bought. Civil engineers were hired to draw planes. Again, plans. Again, the people were hired to do actual work. So what happened is, the team of young entrepreneurs, they try to solve the issues. So here, the financier who had invested the money, so he was getting impatient for the results, just because it was taking a lot of time. Pipelines were by on board and civil engineers were hired to draw plans. But here now, but no, to do actual work. So then, it costs us a lot of money. This cost a lot of money and took more than 6 months to implement. There were problems. Many villages, farmers, they were not willing to let them dig their up fields. So, and the solution were not bring enough of water in the villages. Their brilliant solution had failed. Unfortunately, the financer was not willing to invest any more of money, and the entrepreneurship failed. So, this situation says that, the farmers didn't allow the engineers to dig up their fields, since their daily food was on the fields itself. So again, since the entrepreneurs had a set of ideas, farmers didn't leave them to dig up, and they didn't have, then again, financer was getting impatient since, because it was more than 6. Then, what was mistake in the design team commit then led to unsuccessful implementation of the solution. So what happens is, if you see this condition, then again, the situation is such that, farmers didn't leave anyone to dig up. Then, later on, if they had done a proper survey, or probably they could, just taken the situation as if, if they can implement in the you know in between the two fields, they could have, given the better outfield. Just taking the notes. So what are prototypes? So, probably in the school, or colleges, you have done some kind of models to, in order to, probably in this science exhibition in your school. So you have done small kind of models which are like, kind of volcanoes or some kind of cars. What you have done, or you have done some kind of models, right? To demonstrate to the students. So those small models are called as prototypes. And, why do we build these kinds of models? So basically, to understand, or how it is helpful. For example, if you see, for example, if you see, there is a chances that, if building has to be constructed, there's a small kind of a prototype, or a small kind of, model that is built to show all these engineers that, this kind of model is built. If you can see, if you go just see it into a different kind of, civil engineering sectors, they just make a small kind of model to, represent it, to show everyone that, this kind of model or this kind of building is going to be developed. So that kind of prototype, what does it helps it. So, seeing those models, we understand that this kind of situation might arise. Again, this kind of beneficiary we can get it. Not sure what's happening, guys. I'm getting lots of glitch. Yeah, you could see over here that this small modes, like these kind of prototypes. Actually, these are small made of cardboard, buildings over here, and you see a small circles like like traffic away, and you could see street lights. Probably these kind of things are simpler vision. It gives a simpler vision. It's a very similar how model can help us. You create a simpler vision on something very complicated prototypes. You can create a simpler visions to massive solution that are to solve the problem. Then so like now what is a prototype? A prototype is a simple experimental model for a purpose solutions that is used to test ideas, capture learnings, and refine the solution itself. The stage is known as a rapid prototype. So I'll just come back again. So what is prototyping? Prototyping is a simple experimental model for purpose solution to use to test ideas, capture learnings, and refine the solution itself. The stage is also known as rapid prototyping. This basically means the prototype are built quickly. There are ways of rapid prototyping that can be used in the role play is drama play where some few perform the scene using the show should work from start to finish the stakeholders. So other take feedback on that. You role play drama by acting out your own ideas. So you have to come out like you have to come out of using materials. These materials can build There's a small glitch in the internet. I'm not sure what's happening here. I think probably if you know if it is visible or not. There's too much of glitch I'm getting in the internet. Um, Okay, I'll just continue over here. So, paper prototypes. Paper prototypes are can be illusions or cardboard models of your ideas. These can be low cost prototypes. Again, creating actual prototypes here. It happens. In the group of 4 or 5 members. So you pick up a type of a prototype that has to be built, and at the same time the solutions is given. So here again, there are different types of prototypes or role play. There are frequent power cuts in the town due to this students face a lot of difficulties, especially when they have exams. So as problems solvers, your team has come up with a device that uses solar energy. In this activity, you have to prepare a role play that explains the usage of this device to target group of people. Um Again, by role play, you do a kind of drama. You explain them. Again, just give them a brief idea on what's happening. Again, you use physical models. So droughts happen very frequently in town B. Again, it rains very rarely in this place. So hence the villagers are not villagers are not left with any kind of water, and they are not well aware about the prospects of conserving it either. So as problem solvers, you have to construct the models that are helps save water. For example, rainwater harvesting models. So rainwater, how the rainwater harvesting helps it. So you just do a physical models on that, and you explain that. Then storyboards. There is a water storage in village C. Again, people don't have a regular and easy access to waters, and hence they have to travel miles to collect it. This has a multiple health risk, as most of the people who carry the water are old, and in order to make it easy for them, your team is designing a model or a project that can carry loads of waters and can be rolled across the road, and have to build a story board to help and convince the residents that is solutions can be reduced with the workload and can be more convenient than carrying pots of water in their heads. So storyboards, using storyboards, just put paste pictures and you explain them to students, when the farmers or the villages people, this is how it works. And then again, in paper prototypes, again, in the COVID times, the people are scared to go into hospitals, and they were had to contact with COVID patients. So that situations, this means people that they are going to doctors, and they need to do this, and as problem solvers, creating an app. For example, the people created a Arogya Setu app called, right? So, and people where they can check their symptoms and make informed decisions about it, whether to visit the doctor or not. And then app can help the people book appointments with the right doctor and get address with the nearest chemist. So paper prototypes can explains you on how to do it. For you see pamphlets, right, when you visit to some kind of exhibition. So that's our paper prototypes. So it gives you an idea on how the ideas, how the solutions would help for the problems to solve. So here, while observing various types of prototypes, which one did you feel the best and why? So according to these different types of prototypes, you see varieties of prototypes. Again, if everyone here personally feels different prototypes are the best. Again, you see, when you build your own solution in the future, how would the prototypes going to help you with? So like, if you build the prototype, how that prototype will help you. So you can understand easily, if you can see, how what are the problems going to problems might arise in the future. And you also understand that, this making the prototype, can, where can be developed as well. You understand your own solutions better in a manner, right? Okay. And what is rapid prototyping? A rapid prototyping is a process which involves producing on early low price and simple version of solution. So Rapid prototyping is such that you do it as fast as possible with a low priced cost and with a simple version. So during the stage you can identify the resources that will be needed to execute the final solution. So you can also access how these resources can be managed effectively. Again, this stage also treats failures as a part of learning process. So again, you fail fast and often, then go back and then learning improvements where you fail. So what happens is, if you have done some kind of solutions, then probably that solution didn't work. So you at that situation you fail, right? Then you go back where you had started. So then again you start doing better, or you do have some alternatives. Then you understand what are the improvements have to be done where you have failed, and these changes along with the feedback from the users is applied to get the final solution. Then flexibility and adaptability, I have told him, I have explained you long before. And again, the same thing is here. This is one of the key entrepreneurial mindsets that is gets activated in the process. Again, this is the ability and the willingness to change the actions and plans to overcome present and future challenges. You can learn to show up a few prominent characteristics, such as viewing challenges as opportunities and altering plans quickly and effectively when needed. So analyzing prototypes by seeing these pictures, by seeing these two pictures, you could see a different what you can say, different types of prototypes. Here it is model prototype, it's here a paper prototype, paper prototyping, right? So what are the, here it is, what are the two different types of prototypes shown in this picture? Again, as I told you, again, can you explain the both types of prototypes? Again, both prototypes represents different, where your idea stands for, or where your conceptual, where your ideation stands for. Again, what is familiar in both? So both are in a development stage. So you can see in a prototype, in a paper prototype, you just demonstrating that, what needs to be developed and how can it be developed, and showing all different angles. Again, in this model, it shows in each and every part of the model. So where can be changed, where not to be changed, or is there any other thing can be added to this, right? If the prototypes were exchanged, and how will the final products change? What if the products are changed? Then probably it might be like, changed in a way that there's a situation there where you can see modules were changed into models were into paper prototype, which are helpful for understanding in a simpler manner, or as a simple version, I could say. Then again, access factors to access the effectiveness of the prototype desirability. As we came back then, we understood what is desirability, feasibility, right? Then a desirable prototype is one that the user really needs. Then again, the test for the desirability focuses on whether your solution is nice to have or must to have, or for your users. Ask yourself in the role for the designers, how am I helping my users? What does my successful competition for the prototype look like them? And looking at what are they trying to do, and why it is important to them, why you put yourself in those shoes, and you understand the prototypes from the eyes. Again, it comes with what empathy format again. So if you are trying to solve these key points they encounter, your prototypes has met the revising your prototypes must be put on the better path. So desirability test whether your innovation is solving the right user problems. Again, for example, let us took two emerging markets, car showing the car sharing the electric cars. Then the customers are drawn to both concern two things: the environmental impact of the driving gases powered car, and the cost of the ownership. Considering Tesla has a primary focus on building cars that are environmentally friendly. So while these works on high income earns, there are many other cars who can't afford to have a Tesla. So here what happens is, you can who are connected about both cost, ownership, and entrepreneurial impact on the building the car is every person. So Elon Musk started to think about the both sides of the equation. So once his cars become autonomous, so they can drive others around where by their owners and reach their destinations again. This change can increase the desirability of the Tesla and the target of customers and provide the direction of the design team so that build this share ability, right? So again, that is coming to feasibility. The test for the feasibility measures the operational capabilities focused on the new prototype, operational capability to ability to align the critical process, resources and technologies according to overall guiding visions of user focused value propositions, along with the ability to deliver the process effectively and efficiently, right? It can also took internally and objectively access their strengths, technologies, financials, branding, services, partnerships, etc. Feasibility asks the questions: how can we build the prototypes to make our solutions healthier and stronger? Looking at Tesla as an example again, so notice that they are not purposing, they are building a car and sharing services and complete by with a Uber. So instead of they are building their own core capabilities, so brand strength to design an autonomous cars, that would help you building build and for the economic sharing, right? So feasibility can also ask questions like, in this prototype is functionable or functionally possible, or foreseeable future. It focuses on, basically it focuses on what needs to, or what needs to go behind the scenes in order to create the magic for the users, to conclude some some of the important questions to ask in order to check the feasibility of the prototypes, or what do we need to order, or what makes it happen again, what kind of technologies, people, systems, workflows, or what now looking at. So basically everything that enables the desired experience, right? Then this viability, again the factor access with our solutions for the prototype can be contribute with the long term growth. So feasibility is just for the long term. Again, it focuses on the value chain of the prototype to ensure the value valuable now in the future. Valuable like viability is not just looks on the profit, so again it also looks at the sustainability to ensure that your solutions contributes to community and the society as well. So viability maybe the hardest test, and it shouldn't be skipped actually. So there are been too many examples of the problem solvers that built solutions for the short term profit without considering the long term impact. One of the smartest moves that Elon Musk made, that Tesla, is to build infrastructures to support the drivers who needed to recharge for the longer trips. If they are going to longer trips, then his shift towards the designing for the sharing economy shows that familiar foresight, ensuring his cars will be able not to only fit in these trends but also to lead it. But we'll be having to have to work within the budgets as well, right? And even if we have a best idea in the world, it is considered outside the best, and then it would be prototype is not available. Scalability again, scalability, what is most often not on is during prototype development is the scalability. Again, just see with what would be manufacturing produce enough of prototypes or the solutions at the low cost to solve the problems of the specific target groups. Then again, it can be difficult to foresee since you can see the beginning, but you can produce enough of your solutions when the time comes. An example of this we already discussed of nanotechnology, or the nanotechnology that we actually we cannot see, which are made by excitement of the research or the inability to produce enough the tiny things to be useful on the scale. That I can see, and I can see that also even if you're building a prototype currently focus on target of people or the group of people, in the future, if you wish to extend the usage of solutions, the large number of people, hence, it's important to even understand building a prototype and its advantage and the factor of scalability again. Coming to Okay, coming back with the feedback.